We begin this episode of the Hardcore Medley with Belma the Paladin making her way to level 40 before swapping over to Franci the Warrior to work towards our Whirlwind weapon. So I'd say I grab the Princess Trapped. We go for worth its weight in gold first, and then probably do the Princess Trapped and the favour for what's his face. They might be a bit on the harder side because they're both in caves. But we are a paladin. If we need to run out of a cave, we just press A and we run out of the cave. I guess I'll hand in this Hints of the New Plague. And then go for the kobolds first. Kobold Cave is scary. Anyone who's been in there probably understands why. There are some caster mobs. And they like to frost nova. And sometimes you find two of them. And you get frost novaed. And then you get out and you get frost novaed. That chest is pretty good. It's too bad that it's a chest because we already have the shining silver. Not bad. It's just not shining silver breastplate. So it's not something I'm going to be wearing. If it was a different piece of armor, that could have been huge. So we need these kobolds to drop their moats, and then we need to go in the cave and hand them in. So it's kind of a bad quest because you need the items before you really venture too deep into the cave. Like, we'll try to get some before we go in because we don't want to get to the end of the cave and not have the quest item. There might be someone else here as well because these kobolds are spawning pretty quick. Sometimes caves like this, I'll see that there's someone else in there and I'll just leave the area. Come back later. It will work out. Nice big crit. We love that. Right. Whoa. That was massive. Now if we get lucky, can get our moats while we are in here. That's what I'm hoping. Now, respawns may happen because that warrior was in here, but we are a paladin. We've got some stuff that we can use if so. And lay on hands, bubble, hammer, freedom, stone form. There's a lot of options. Looks like I'll be mining my first mithril unless someone comes along right now and takes it. That would be rude. Imagine like a level 60 just comes in and he's like, I'll take that. Like, you rude motherfucker. Right, we need one more moat. Here's our first mithril of the Hardcore Medley mined. Failed. Classic. 4 tamp as well, that's even better. Please give me one moat. I will be rather upset if not. Oh, nice big crit. Freedom from that so he doesn't run away. Come on. Bastard. That's annoying. Should have known the moats was going to be awful when I didn't get any from like 10 mobs. I always forget to put up my wisdom again after I use Blessing of Freedom. Why it's the worst feature of Vanilla WoW. Finally. But now I've got to kill everyone. Oh well, more experience. Need to get 39 somehow. Like I said, the more of this lesser bloodstone ore we collect now, the better, because we can send it to our other characters. Just need 4 of it for the quest. Quest is called the Princess Trap. Right now I'm feeling like the princess. Been in this cave for a bit. Still gotta get out. Spell slot bag. I take that. Our dwarfs. Now, Belma hasn't had track treasure on, Rugen has. But our dwarfs have been quite lucky with the chests so far. Now to escape the cave. It's like a stealth mission now. Resist. Big stun, judge of command, resist. Can't believe it. You get some mana before we keep heading on. So I think when I'm about, you know, 2 bars from level 40, depending on the quest that we're doing, depending on where we are, I will send gold to the other characters. Right now it's looking like I'm just going to send 5 gold to each of the characters that need mounts. I was thinking I could send it all to Franci, and she could buy her mount, but I don't even know if Franci's going to have enough money to get a mount with Belma's money. I was saying I'd like a Raffi and Decilis to get us to 39, and then we almost get, you know, half a level just in one cave. I think it should happen. I don't know if it was affecting the hardcore servers as well last night, but there was a lot of lag in retail. Like, people couldn't log in, there was massive lag while playing, it was terrible, but hopefully it wasn't affecting hardcore. I wasn't playing hardcore at the time, so I wouldn't know, but I'm glad I wasn't. Ooh. That's what we like to see. That's why we run Seal of Command. I think I might send this Arcane Wrath mace to my druid. It would have been nice if it was like a Shadow Wrath, because my priest still has a white mace. Just in case my druid gets a nice offhand. Ow. Bit rude, actually. Can't believe they. Well, we got him back for it. That big damage. Just needed to kill the one. Works for me. Also got a charm. There we go, hand this in down at the Rumblers. And then we get Fosric quest, which I'm not sure if I'm able to do Fosric solo on a paladin. Like, it's kind of sad that Franci is after Belma, because Belma could have so much better gear. Like, we'd have the green iron helm, the green iron pants. When we log into Franci, we just immediately make them for her and equip them, and she'll be good to go, you know? That green iron helmet is definitely going to give us some mileage. Nice, got the golden key. That was like 3 mobs. Fastest golden key in the world. This treasure quest is nice because it's worth a lot of gold, especially right before level 40. Any quest that just gives you gold pre-40 is great. Alright, Lord Krakaru. Do it. Blasting. End him, Belma. I don't know where that rogue came from. I think 39 to 40 is going to have to be Badlands and Swamp Sorrows for Belma. It sucks that it will have to be, because I hate going there without mounts, but at least we have 8% movement speed. These things can suck too to farm, but at least we'll be fighting undead and demons now, so we can actually use the exorcism. There's not much reason to be doing this quest other than the experience, because we're not going to do Scarlet Monastery, right? Belma is our first character to be doing this quest. Good for her. First character to come back to Decilis, to be fair. Yeah, we have to use our drinks a little bit more when we're exorcisming. Is that a word? Exorcisming? Exercising, that's the one. When we're exercising. But not like the working out way, just the holding someone down with a cross upon their head, splashing them with holy water, you know, all that sort of stuff. Target dummy over there. Kind of what I'd expect to see over at that quest, honestly. First Opalism Roundup is definitely not one of the easier ones. We'll give it like 3 attacks. Nice. See, if we can activate Vengeance before we exercise, it's huge. Our damage is actually really good. It's just if we don't get a crit, leaves a little bit to be desired. At least with the Hardcore Medley being the way it is, you don't just have to watch Ugro stand in and hitting. Like, you know, a lot of people were probably bored in some of those videos, watching Ugro just stand there and get no RNG. But you know, one video from Belma every now and then, it's a lot easier to stomach than if it was every video of Belma. Like, I would hate to do a series where I'm just a classic vanilla WoW Root Paladin. TBC Root Paladin, I don't think will be that bad. I'm planning on doing it, because you do actually do a lot of damage. You have Crusader Strike. The things you can do solo on a Paladin in TBC as well is pretty sick. But in this version, it's strong, but it's bad in ways that where is the fun, you know? Fun comes in when we get a giant like 600 crit on a stun, seal a command. Oh, yes. That's what we like. Not something we always go for. Like that is good. That is satisfying when that happens. But there are some times where just nothing happens. In that case, I'm like, I am just playing Ugro. It's always good when your first attack is a crit, because then you're just doing more damage. If you're doing damage. Maybe you'll miss every attack, you know. That could also happen. Alright, demon killing time. There's some big damage from the Ret Paladin. Blast her, Belma. He resisted the exorcism. That's not how you blast. Bit awkward. Might be a potion angle, I think. Aggro on the sorceress definitely didn't help. This mob is gonna level us. Nice. We will now be level 39. Very good. One level to go. Our last point in vengeance. Well, at least I haven't run out of water while doing these. I was a bit scared that we wouldn't have enough water to finish both of these quests, but I think we'll be okay. Just Blessing of Wisdom allows us to keep going. Like, I feel like if I was using Might, I'd be drinking every 2 mobs. And it would feel like Ugro. There should be a Doom Water Captain gonna spawn over there, and that should be the last one I need. 5, 4, 3. I was close. I was counting it down. If I started at 3, it would have been all good. That's crazy. This guy plays too much World of Warcraft. Okay. Go to South Shore first to hand that in. And then we'll go to Ironforge. Alright, let's head out to Loch Madan and prepare ourselves for tomorrow's Badland adventures. 5 bars into 39, and we're going to the Badlands, which I don't generally like going to pre-40, but we don't have a lot of options for Belma. Anyway, let's see what we're heading into. So we've got coyotes and buzzards and all that stuff. We'll do that as we do other stuff, but I guess we go head for this first. Yeah, this zone, I never really like coming here without a mount, because it's too big and too boring. But we don't have a lot of options when it comes to finishing up Belma's stint, so just gonna have to do it. I'm glad this is our first time in the Badlands on the Hardcore Medley, because it is a terrible zone. We will be back here multiple times. Warriors complain about overpower not doing enough damage for them, but I wish I had it on the Paladin. Just a little counter attack would be so amazing. Won't be continuing the Sign of Hope because it's to go into Alderman, and I'm not going to be doing that. I will be looking to do Alderman reagent run on my rogue, but you don't actually have to zone into the dungeon for that. As long as we get to 40 today, we will be on Franci today. We'll finally be able to sort out her inventory, and it needs some sorting. Let me tell you. That inventory, probably the worst one I've ever seen. It's got too much shit.
What can I do for you?
I'm not sure what I meant to do about this absolute traffic jam. Yeah, this Trog quest might be a bit harder because they are higher level mobs, but might as well try. Would I replace my Vicious Hammer? I think I might. You can actually get this weapon pretty early on if you're willing to risk it. Because I think the quest is like level 34 or something. Here's Murderlock. See what I mean? He's level 42. He's a scary boy. Just want to try get the Iridium Flakes, honestly. If we kill Murderlock, we kill Murderlock. But he... 42. Here we go. Level 39 Paladin versus level 42 Trog. Listed the Hodge. And the Judgment. Oh, got some crits. Hope he doesn't have a kick. Got his ass. Speaking of the giant, here he is. He's not that big, is he? Like, he's a small giant, but he'd still beat my ass. Gonna be killing Trogs forever, which is fine because I'm a dwarf and I hate Trogs. I've been killing Trogs since day one. One of the first quests you do as a dwarf is to kill Trogs. I feel like he's just gonna be chilling until his ads catch up to him. If you need to kill this guy right now would be the perfect time. Got no friends. He's off again, but like I said, he's perfect to kill right now because he's got no friends. Do a big crit on him. Oh, yes. That's what we like to see when we're a Ret Paladin. Sometimes you're big chilling, not doing much, like Enhancement Shaman, but other times you're just absolutely destroying. I wouldn't say it's as exciting as Enhancement Shaman, because there's a lot more downtime because you don't have any buttons to press. At least I don't need to drink as much. That's good. Nice. Job done. Perfect timing, actually, because those guys were going to be annoying. 2 level 42 warriors just charging everything. Like, I can't do that. We'll go here and then head over to the Study of Rocks. Sadly, because I haven't gotten the frost oil recipe for myself yet. You know, it's a bit hard when I'm low level. I do not yet have the means to finish that one quest. Like, his aggro radius can't be that big. I got the best everywhere. Surely. Famous last words. Man, I could help. Nice. Damn. That was good damage. On a PvP server, you always die here because if you're playing Alliance, you're right outside the Horde place, right? I think that's definitely one of the places I've died the most on PvP servers. We should now have all the elemental stuff that we need for Grocket's Robe of Power the next time I play him. Maybe I'll play some more Warcraft 3 tonight. Who knows? It's fun. I can see myself getting addicted to it again if I let myself. I I think Warcraft 3 for me was way more addictive than what World of Warcraft was. Like, I played a lot of World of Warcraft after it came out, obviously, but I think that's more to do with the people that I was hanging out with. Because Warcraft 3 for me was always like a solo thing. On school holidays, I would just stay up playing Warcraft 3 until I felt tired. To be fair, I did that sometimes in WoW as well. I remember questing in Ungaro Crater. Very first time I got there. And it was a school holiday. And I just stayed up all night. And it was about 8 in the morning where I was like, alright, time to go to bed. Especially when we didn't have questy and all that stuff telling us where to go. So we actually had to read the quest and it was like very vague in Ungaro Crater. I liked exploring and discovering myself. That's why Season of Discovery was so cool when they announced it, and then people were just like, no, let's just suck the fun out of Season of Discovery and make it efficient. I feel like every time there's a new release of Classic though, more and more people are understanding that just doing things efficiently isn't fun. When we have Classic, maybe you'll be able to make a fun guild of just people that want to actually play the game and not have a bunch of tryhards trying to pass and shit. So we'll go hand in Murderlock and then run to town, mail off the stuff. We're gonna have about 7 gold to send to Franci as well. Been relatively good leveling, you know, once we started leveling after 2 weeks of not playing. And it will be our first level 40 character of the Hardcore Medley. Now, Rock Pulverizer. It's pretty good. It will make our Sailor Command do a lot more damage, like 64.3 to 65, but also the top end is 60 higher. I think I will keep the Vicious Hammer, just in case I don't like the slower weapon. Because unlike Warrior where you have abilities that you can actually press, Paladin is just auto attack, isn't it? So slower weapon may not be that fun. So Belma's left with just enough money to train her level 40 stuff when we log back into her, since she doesn't nearby amount. And let's hit level 40 for the first time in the Hardcore Medley. I am going to grab Repentance because I do want it just as a backup CC. Next up we have the Warrior, who is going to work on Whirlwind early on, so we better get started on that. Yeah, so as soon as the boat basically gets over to the Barrens, I gotta jump off it because we're swimming to the island. I'll wait until we're just about level. It's a little bit scary because you're in fatigue water. You know, if you know the distance, it's not so bad, but still. That fatigue bar coming up. Ooh. Alright. We're on Frey Island. Time to do the affray. And we just gotta fight dudes. Until we fight the main dude. We shouldn't need it too much, but you can actually use Demo Shout to fear these mobs. Demonstration. Then they're like scared, you know. It's big, but he's not that big, you know. He's only level 33. Now, I don't think he runs. Yeah, he doesn't run. So standard 1v1 against Big Will. Hope for overpower procs. Nice, job done. Easy enough, huh? We did about 25 minutes of farming these trolls yesterday when I was 33. We got 9 tasks, so hopefully within the next hour we'd be done with what we need to do here. That's the current hope. We'll see. Then we can go fight Cyclonian. By fight, I mean throw axes at him until he dies. Hopefully. If I don't screw it up. It's been a while since I soloed Cyclonian. Like, Whirlwind Axe is such an awesome weapon. And doing it solo, like, obviously we had help from Brugan to get our charms, but Franci still has to do a lot. I will appreciate my Whirlwind Axe a lot more than if I was being carried. You gotta be a little bit more careful when you're a level 30 warrior traipsing around in here. Guy doesn't seem to know what careful means. Huh. These are the second pair of glowing magical bracelets that I've found. All our characters being 30 plus now, getting the mid-20s blue isn't that great anymore. Not that it was a good one in the first place. But a blue's a blue. Die to the bleed. Nice. 30 out of 30. Okay. Well, that is done. So, all up, I'd say 55 minutes, because we did spend 25 minutes here yesterday. That's not too bad, within an hour. Like I said though, if I had done it at 33 like I was planning, like I had started, probably would have taken an extra half an hour. So I think it was better to just hit 34. Let's go to Stormwind and prepare. And we'll head up to Hillsbrad and get this thing done. Where is the red dragon today, I wonder? Hopefully nowhere close. Because seeing him while doing this would be a jump scare and a half. But nothing to it but to do it, is there? Let's get the show on the road. I want you to summon Cyclonian for me, mate. I will soon begin the summoning. I am a bit nervous about that big red dragon, honestly. The only thing that kind of scares me while I'm over here is a big red dragon. Alright, let's go. Get to work. We do be missing. Finally hit. Okay. And we don't want to be too greedy. Because if you're too greedy, he will reset. So just a couple throws. Just a little bit out of practice. Hey, first time I've done this in 5 years, so I don't think I'm doing that bad. Have been being hit a few times, but it's wonders. Like we're fighting any elite in this game though, on hardcore especially, you know, sometimes you just, you're a bit nervous. Gonna use a healing potion here, just to make sure we're full. For that reason. Once he slows down a little bit, it's a bit easier, but right now he is quick as hell. Fuck. Remember what I was saying about the big fucking red dragon? Why? That's... yeah, that's... that's a Cyclonian reset that I just have to do because of this guy. That is the one thing I was worried about. Perfect timing. Good thing I don't have to actually, you know, get all the materials and stuff again. But we're 50% and then that dragon's just like, hello. But as soon as that dragon came in, I was too scared to continue. Like, maybe I could pull it off, but yeah, It's so annoying. Takes so long to do this already, and then that dragon's just like, yo. Eh, at least we got it for the video footage. We got to experience the dragon. Hope you guys enjoyed. Now I have to do it again. But now I at least know the dragon's gonna be gone for the next hour. Alright, see if any more throwing weapons. Got another 200. See why I bought 2 stacks though, just in case something like that happened. And I called it to him, like, I hope I don't see the big red dragon. So as long as nothing else happens. Like, we won't see the dragon anytime soon again, but as long as nothing else happens, we are fine. There's execute popping up. Which is why I was like, maybe we go for the glory kill, you know? We get him 20% and then we go and execute his ass, but I don't know if we do. But, you know, after seeing that dragon once, I don't think I want to tempt any kind of fates right now. Another warrior here. He wants to steal some of my glory. Nice. We did it. We're definitely going X. Look at the upgrade though. 10 DPS. Almost 50 top end. And massive stats. But I'd say this was probably the hardest part of the warrior's journey for now. Like, obviously there'll be hard parts. We're still a warrior, but some level 30 warriors. Well, a level 30 warrior. A carry. As someone who has been carried to their Whirlwind axe at level 30 before, I don't feel any, like... I don't look down upon them. Because it's an amazing weapon to have at level 30. But for the Hardcore Medley, I wanted to do it myself. Oh. 400 white crit. The first attack that we'd have with the Whirlwind axe is a crit. That's crazy.